If you put out the vibration in the way that I shared with you, feeling like coming from that reality, and trusting and anticipating the manifesting of it with the believability around it, then you open in consciousness. The thing that can hold you back is your ego power trying to make it happen. Once you try to make it happen, it won't happen because you don't know how to rendezvous with what you want. The thing that you want is out there somewhere. You here. There has to be a setting up of a rendezvousing, coming together with that person at a certain time, a series of events that happen that take you to where you want to go. That is the universe handling the details. If you try to make it happen, you're controlling, you're pushing, you're forcing, and you're not letting this natural coming together of events that are going to take you somewhere happen for you. So that's what ego power is. So let go the mind's how it's going to happen, why it won't happen, under what conditions it will happen. I have to make it happen. If I don't make it happen, it won't happen. Just relax and ease up and feel the vibration of what you want to experience. The other thing is your power projections. What is your power projections? Your power projections is what do you believe is going to make it happen for you. So if you think, I want lots of money, you might get into the appreciation of money. Every time you see money and have money, you look at it, you'll appreciate it, you'll put it nicely in your wallet or your purse, and you'll think this allows me to support me in having, I can get myself a coffee, I can get myself this, I appreciate having money, money supports me in my freedom. You can start feeling good about having money, appreciating having money. Notice that the beggar and the prosperous person focuses on having money. But the beggar is contaminated by his ego, while the prosperous person is in a state of energy and delight around money. I'm not talking about poor people with a lot of money. They're not prosperous. You get poor people with a lot of money. They're just poor people with a lot of money. They feel hard to spend. They don't serve their own joy and satisfaction. They always want a discount. Don't pay full price. If it's expensive and they like it, they won't buy it. Even though they got the money, that's a poor rich person. See, we're talking about prosperous people. Prosperous people are... So a prosperous person focuses on money, and a poor person focuses on money. But the poor person is into ego around the money, and their stories around the money. Feeling I don't have, I'm lacking, the only way I can get it is somebody giving it to me, etc., etc. The prosperous person focuses on money and thinks how wonderful it is to have money. The joy of having money, the fulfillment of having, how it supports them in what they want. There's no story about how do I get it, when I won't have it. There's a full feeling experience, and that full feeling experience is reflected back to you. So if you have a feeling of focusing on money, but your thoughts get in the way and your beliefs get in the way and how you think it's going to happen, that just shuts down the vibration and it won't be reflected back to you. Like in the case of a beggar, and the way you have money is to stress and strain, struggle, etc., etc., no dignity. But a prosperous person, when they focus on money, they don't focus on how it's going to happen. They focus on having it, the joy of having it, the valuing of it, the appreciation of it, the good feeling around it. And that feeling is predominant. There's no ego there about, I don't have it, I must try and make it happen. The only way I can make it happen, there's no story there. There's just the feeling that's predominant, and then the universe starts reflecting the predominant feeling of havingness. Ego power is when you look at how you think it's going to happen. What do you believe you need to make it happen? That's what ego power is about, projecting out your innate power and the power of God onto somebody or something. So if you feel and believe, well, the only way I can have what I want is if my husband gives it to me, or if my boss gives it to me, or this is the way I will get what I want, that's power projections. You are looking to somebody or something in the mirror, expecting them to be different or expecting them to give it to you for you to have it. It's like saying, I can only have what I want if, or for me to have what I want, this is required. So what do you believe you need? Or what do you believe needs to happen for you to get what you want? You might believe somebody must give me a job first, then I'll have money. Somebody must give me something, then I'll have. So you project your power onto somebody, some condition. And then you don't realize that that is now holding you back. Remember, you're working with vibration, pure vibration, and you're handing it over to the divine to create it as true for you. The divine operates the law of attraction or the mirror principle, and the divine then allows the mirror to reflect to you where you are in the way you feel. So the divine does that part. It's not for you, because the mirror is a piece of glass that has silvering, and its job is to reflect. So your life experience, the realm of reflection, is just that. It is a reflection of you back to you. That's all it is. And God Almighty ensures that that's its job, and it does its job well. So you don't have to worry. When you look into a mirror and you straighten yourself up and you organize yourself, you don't have to worry about making sure the image that you see in the mirror is straightened out. You straighten yourself out, you comb your hair, you dress up, you get your clothes straightened out, whatever. And you look in the mirror and there it is, right there. The reflection is reflected back to you that you want to see there, that you have supported in being in the mirror. The mirror does its thing. You can block that from happening if you don't recognize the mirror does its thing. If you don't recognize God does what God does, that's God's job, that's not mine. Amaze me, God. Go ahead and show me it's true for me. Do your thing, God, I'm very grateful. You got to let it go like that. But if you put something between you and handing over to God, if you say no, it's not about God reflecting it as true for me now. It's something in the mirror I've got to depend on and rely. I need money for this to come to pass. You've just projected your power out onto money. I need somebody to give me something. You just project it out. So what happens is, if you were in the high frequency vibration and you handed it over to God, it would naturally happen without you trying to make it happen. Flow would happen, things would come into your reality, and you'd sooner or later be there. But if you think, no, it's not that easy, it can't happen, I have to make it happen, or we have to look to something in the world to make it happen. Somebody must make this. I'll only feel loved if my husband is more loving, you see. I'll only feel more prosperous if I had more money. I can't feel more prosperous now, I can't feel more loved now. Only if and when. So check to see what are your ifs and whens, unless, because that's where you limit yourself. And if you clear out you're trying to make it happen, and if you withdraw your power projections, then the path is open clear, the channel is open clear vibrationally, where you hand over to God Almighty and He creates it as true for you. It's like a channel that's open. But if you have beliefs and misperceptions along the way, it blocks the channel from working. So somebody might believe, for example, somebody might have cancer, for example, and they might think they have to cure themselves. They might think they have to change their diets and habits and try to make things happen. Or they might believe a doctor can cure them, or some chemotherapy can cure them. What are they doing? They lost in ego power and power projections. The only thing you got to do is get into the reality. First, let this reality be. This body is diseased in this moment at this time. I allow the body to be diseased. It's a mirror reflecting to me. Let it be. Ease up. Feel pleased about something or the other. I can create whatever I want. I have the psyche. I have the spirit. I have God Almighty. I can support my reality being the way I want it. Okay, good. I'm feeling lighter. I'm feeling better. What is it that I want? I see myself healthy. I see my whole body functioning. I'm at good weight. I'm at good fitness. My body is well. My spleen, my throat, whatever the cancer is, whatever. It's all 100% well. And I'm enjoying it. I'm feeling great. I am eating, living, sleeping well. I'm living my life. I'm enjoying get into that reality fully as freely. I had cancer, now I don't. Now I am completely healthy. I am the person. Remember when I had it? Now I don't have it. I'm healthy now. Get into that reality. Support that reality from coming into being. But that's where the ego will come in, and the ego power projections will come in. It can't be that simple. I have to do something. I have to make it happen. I have to change this reality. I have to change this body. You go back to square one. trying to change the mirror reflection. Instead of understanding the mirror will reflect a different vibration. Don't worry about the mirror. Don't worry about the mirror. The mirror will reflect a different vibration. So, as soon as you feel good and feel happy, like you're already in the reality you want to be in, then let go of trying to change the body that you're currently in. You can support the body in being healthier. You can exercise, you can breathe deeply, you can eat good wholesome food, you can take stuff that is detoxing. You can do all those things because those are supportive actions. When you plant the seed, your watering of it is not making it grow, it's supporting it grow. Do you understand? If somebody is trying to make a seed grow, is very different from supporting the seed grow. So you can do all the flushing out because you love your body and you appreciate your body and you're supporting your body in being well. You can do all whatever it is, but it's not trying to get rid of the cancer. It's supporting the body in being well. And as you do that, shifts start changing because you are supporting the wellness that you feel that you already are, and the body starts reflecting it. But if you think, no, I have to heal this cancer, I have to get rid of this cancer, I have to push it away, back to square one. If you think somebody outside me has got the answer, the doctor's got the answer, or something outside me, chemotherapy is the answer, you're projecting your power out. You have to come back to there is only one power, apart from which there is no other power. It is source energy that is the creator of existence itself and the laws of existence. I have available to me this awesome, infinitely intelligent being, and I put my faith and trust in this unseen but experienced infinite intelligence being. It has power over anything else. There is no other power. Not doctors, not chemotherapy. So when we are handing over, which is the last step, it's important to understand what you're handing over to. You're handing over to the source of you. You're handing over to that which has called you forth, that which has given you life, that which has given you your endowments, that which has given you your empowerment, that which supports and provides you. You're handing it over in trust that you are awesome. You created the heavens and the earth. You feed the birds, you feed the fish. Everything in life is by your design and your will. You are awesome. And I hand over to you. And there is no other power that I require other than you. And enough are you for me. With God all things are possible. But if you associate powers, or you associate partners with the one power, if you think, no, what I need is a doctor. I'm not saying don't get the support of a doctor. I'm saying be aware when you've made the thing in the world your God. The world can support you, but it is only the divine that can call forth and support you in the miracles you want. So when you have ego power, you think, well, for me to have the new house, I need money. Money is what gets me what I want. That is associating partners with the one power. That is idolatry. So to the degree that you believe that you are God, that you're going to have to make it happen and you can make it happen, you associate partners with God, it won't happen. Ego power, I can do it, I have to do it. This is the way I'll make it happen. You have no clue how it's going to happen. You'll never know until it has happened. And then you will be in a state of amazement and marvel. So as you release your ego power, you are letting go of depending on yourself and you're depending on source energy. And enough is God as a provider and protector. The Bible, the Quran, the scriptures tell us amazing that put your faith and trust in God and you'll be fine. He will surely accomplish your purpose, etc. Change what is in your heart and He will change your conditions. So the idea is to recognize you know what you want, you focused on it, you used your imagination, you got into the reality like it's happening now, you breathed your spirit into it, you're feeling the joy, the appreciation, the fulfillment, you're in that particular reality. Now the last step is just to hand it over to the one all-powerful being that is all-intelligent and will cause it to happen. That handing over is where the problem of ego power and power projections come in. Because if you associate something as in the mirror being important to you, or that there is something in the mirror that can change you, that's where you give up your power and the power that is God from creating it as true for you. So your ego power is where you think you can make it happen, or you should make it happen, or you'll know how it's going to happen. Release that completely, solidly. See? And then check to see what you believe you need to make that happen. If you say, I need a doctor, I need this, I need that, you're in problems, because you need nothing, because whatever you need to have what you want, you already have. See? So when you recognize that I withdraw my ego power, I surrender my ego power, and I withdraw my power projections from things, I am clearing the channel that always was there between me and my higher self, me and my creator, me and my higher power. And you allow the process to unfold naturally, because you know that God is the creator of you, your body, the heavens and the earth. For Him to heal a disease is nothing, because your body belongs to Him, life belongs to Him, He is the supreme power. That's how your body can heal a disease. That becomes your permission slip to have the reality that you want. You know that when you leave it to the infinite intelligence of how it's going to happen, but you know it will happen in an elegant, enjoyable way, and you know that you're dealing with all-powerful source and there's no other power, you are then in good hands, so to speak. You then release your stress and strain. You release your I have to make it happen strain, and you raise your frequency high enough to match what you want, and suddenly as you raise your frequency high enough, suddenly it's in your reality reflected back to you. So that's essentially the whole process of understanding that the mirror only reflects your vibration back to you. What you believe, what you feel, your vibration is reflected back to you. There is no out there. There is only your vibration and its reflection. So when you think there's something out there, a doctor, a lover, a partner, somebody, something that is going to actually make me feel better, you become dependent on the created world that disempowers you from your own power of using your spirit and from accessing the all-powerful spirit that is God, which is a greater you essentially. So when you know ultimately it's you, source energy, and the mirror, and source energy has empowered you, endowed you, and is there for you, you will be as Jesus was when He said, even the least among you will do greater things than I have done. If you have faith the size of a mustard seed, you will move mountains. He said that I of my own self can do nothing. I by the finger of God do these amazing things. So you will then understand that you are short of nothing. You have everything that is required for you to create the experiences that you want with God's permission. You can have whatever experiences you want if you afford yourself it. And you are afforded it means you have the current or the currency, which is energy, to make it happen. Don't for a moment think that because you haven't used the currency, because you haven't applied the currency, that you are poor. It's just that you haven't used it. So you might have a lot of money, but you might not buy yourself food or good clothes, whatever it is, and you might think and act like a beggar, but that's not true. None of us are abandoned, none of us are in any state of lack, except that we misperceive that we are when we look into the mirror. Something is not there, I don't have this, I need more of that, something is required. That is the illusion. When you stand back and you've been educated the way that I educate you, you will know that I have everything. The system is complete. That I don't know I have it and I'm not using it is the problem. But I'm not lacking anything. So when the beggar doesn't use the system and creates that experience of lack, he looks at the feedback and freaks out about it. See, that this is lack, etc., etc. I'm in lack. But really, his misperception, because he can't perceive accurately the true nature of reality, as I shared it with you today, that you are a creative being, endowed by God, empowered by God, supported in having what you want by God. For you to desire security, for you to desire satisfaction, for you to apply yourself in the ways that are vibrational. from having practiced letting go, surrender, easing up, self-appreciation, life valuing, focusing on what you want, seeing it and feeling it, releasing ego power and power projections, withdrawing it, and watching the miracle happen, because flow is natural but is blocked by the ego. So that's where we stop today, and thank you for being here and joining me, and for your interest in yourself and my work. And as is usual, we ask you what has been meaningful for you and